It's Friday, you know what that means. Time for the Casuals on the Challenge Sports Podcast Network. I'm your host, the Chief Kunal Kohli, joined alongside the greatest car salesman in the world, our good Lord and Savior, Isis Makloof. And look at him drip down at the Adidas with the Nets hat, the boy, the Hebrew Hammer.
It's all about the three stripes, my guys.
And look at Isis real quick. Repping the orange and blue caution 2-3 zone ahead. I don't think anybody in the NBA is afraid of that.
I don't think any college team is afraid of it either.
Are you sure? Are you sure that the Clippers aren't afraid of the 2-3 zone? Because the Clippers got beat by the 2-3 zone in the playoffs last year. So let me know who's afraid now.
All right, point taken.
Weren't the Heat playing zone?
The Heat played zone too, yeah.
But getting back to Isis real quick, how's the script going, man?
I got a little update if you want to do it.
Sure.
Okay. Hi, sir. Welcome to the dealership. What can I help you with?
I'm just looking. Perusing.
Are you folks looking? Are you shopping around?
I mean, I just said I was looking, so like I'm looking.
Oh, okay. Cool. Great. That's how people usually start. Have you ever been here before?
No, this is my first time ever buying a car. Never bought a car before.
He's also a virgin.
I don't even know what a car is.
I apologize. My name is Elias. And you are?
The Chief Kunal Kohli, as I just introduced myself.
Do you mind if I write that down? I tend to forget things.
Go ahead. Although my name's pretty unique. I don't see how you can forget it.
1 second, please.
Take your time.
Chief.
How do you spell that, Kunal?
Yeah. How do you spell Kunal?
It's how it sounds.
Koonale.
Yo, I had a teacher in high school who kept on calling me Conal. This is just a side note.
The Colonel.
Bro, it was January and this woman was still calling me Conal. At that point, it's just racist.
Literally. She did not give a fuck. She's like, whatever. I don't care if it makes this guy feel uncomfortable. I don't care. I'm too lazy to pronunciate.
I had other people in the class correcting her. And she was like, okay, Conal.
There is this guy in my class that was named Masub. And I had the oldest white professor trying to pronunciate that. It was the funniest thing. Masab? Masub? Masib?
Can I get a sob, Elias? Do you guys just have any sobs?
Sir, it says here, connect with customer on a human level. Do you know that a guy from the Big Bang Theory's name is Kunal?
Oh man, that's news to me.
Are you guys related?
We're actually best friends, you know. All Indian dudes named Kunal. We just know each other.
Is it like Mohammed in for Arabic people?
No, well, I feel like Mohammed's just a little too ubiquitous compared to Kunal. Like Kunal's more like Steve, you know. Mohammed's more like Joe.
Sir, I don't know what ambiguous means.
Ubiquitous?
Yeah.
It's just more shit. How do I explain ubiquity?
Can you say it in another sentence?
Yeah, can you say it in a sentence? Sir, I'm really confused here. I'm just trying to sell you a car.
Look. Mohammed's more common of a name than Kunal is, you know. That's what I'm trying to get down to. We don't need to get into semantics here. Sell me the car. Sell me the sob. I just want a sob.
Sir, I've never heard of a sob before. I don't know.
They're out of business.
Are they out of business? Shit.
Sir,
what cars do you have that are like sobs?
Sir, I'm getting really flustered here. Can you just give me 5 minutes, please? I gotta just reconvene with my manager. I'm gonna tell him the script's not working. This has just been happening all day.
I thought we're connecting on a human level, man.
I tried to, man. And you brought up big words I don't understand.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm like Lil Wayne. I am not a human being.
Do you not
Follow
have
me,
compassion, Kunal?
No, I'm a stone cold killer.
Maybe you should be connecting with him on a human level instead of just completely roasting him and making him feel uncomfortable.
You know what? Fine. I'll connect to Elias on a human level here.
I never
Hey,
said my
bud.
name.
Yeah, wait, yes, you did. You said, "Hi, I'm Elias." Can I write your name down?
How would you even know that if you didn't even write it down?
Yeah, my name is hard to understand, Kunal. See, I knew it because I wrote it down. The Chief Kunal. I didn't finish the rest. I like to consider myself a car buying concierge. My job is simple. I help my clients get what they want, how they want it, and when they want it. Fair enough.
That sounds good to me, man. I'm just looking.
Well, you're looking at a car that I don't even know about, sir. Can you just give me something else?
Shit, what's like a Saab?
It's like a Volvo.
Can we go for a Volvo? Can I get a Volvo?
Jesus Christ, sir. I'm going to have to ask you to leave. I don't know what you're talking about.
You know what,
some
Kunal?
Volvo?
Kunal, maybe you should be the one selling this fucking car because apparently you know everything.
Sure, Alan.
Yeah.
I'm a car
Yeah.
concierge. All right.
No, sir. No, sir. I'm the car buying concierge.
All right.
My job is simple. I help my clients get what they want, how they want it, and when they want it. With your permission, sir, I'd like to show you a car that I think you would enjoy. It's a 2014 Chevy Cruze.
You did say you want a cruise.
Yeah. Why you
It's
think
got
it
has 175,000 miles.
Oh Lord.
They told me if I sell it, I get an extra $100.
Can we look at another car?
I have a 2015 Chevy Cruze with 142,000 miles.
Let's keep climbing the ladder here, Elias.
Well, sir, I know it's tough to say this to many people, but I would like to know what your credit situation is like. Is it on a scale of 1 to 10? Where would you rate it?
I'd say it's pretty dope.
Fuck, that's not in here. Would you say dope is closer to a 10 or a 5?
I'd say closer to a 10. You know, I got some solid credit.
So it's perfect credit, sir?
Yeah, I'd say it's perfect.
Sir, I don't deal with anybody other than someone who has 350 credit.
So the floor is 3. I've well surpassed the floor there.
No. It's 250 to 350. That's what I deal with.
Oh, okay. So it's a limit here.
Yeah.
I thought you just started at 350. That's my mistake.
No, Elias. If he's too much, just pass him on to me. I can sell him on a car.
I just want to sob, man. I just want to sob.
Sir, you don't. Those cars don't even exist, sir. I know. I have a list here of what we sell: Chevys, Fords, Dodge, Audi. That's it. There's no Saabs. Nowhere.
So I'm just looking, man. I'm just looking for a sob.
Well, you're gonna have to look somewhere else, sir, because I'm gonna have to grab my manager. I'm gonna call the cops because you're just being rude.
Yo, Elias, I'm your manager, so just calm down. Let me handle this.
I'm about to go. I'm about to get enraged.
Yo, can I at least have your notebook? Can I have your notepad before you head
Here,
off?
his name's Kunal.
How do you spell that?
The Chief Kunal.
Koona. Al.
All right, Kunal.
That's the Chief Kunal.
I'm sorry, the Chief Kunal, for you having to deal with that. Elias is a little bit much too many times. He had a long day. He had to deal with a Karen earlier today. She said that he was ugly. He started crying in the bathroom for at least 3 hours, and then he came out, and then he had to deal with you. So I'm sorry about him. I'm sorry for him because he had to deal with you, who doesn't even know how to pronounce your name. But let's go look at cars. So Kunal, would you consider yourself to be a ladies' man?
Not at all. Not at all.
Would you like to be?
Sure.
All right. So you would consider a car to be one of the main focal points in how to pick up a woman, correct?
Not really, but okay.
So I don't know about you, but with my Chevy Cruze at home, I pick up so many women. Like I took this one thottie on Tinder to a Mexican restaurant and I banged her in the back seat.
Oh, yeah,
So
that's what's up.
so when I look at you, I see me and I see someone that wants to be me.
Can I get at least a 2016 Chevy Cruze?
No, I'll show you something way better.
Okay.
So this one over here is a 2017
Oh, man.
Dodge Dart.
Oh, even better. I'm sold.
With 165,000 miles.
I don't need to hear a single detail more. I want this car.
Every single check engine light is on in this car.
Here is all my money.
All right. Yeah, let me run your credit check real quick. All right, give me your information.
Here's all my info. Have my social security number.
All right, thank you. I will be right back. All right, I'm back. It turns out you have a 350 credit score, so I'm gonna send you back to Elias.
Damn it.
Elias, yeah, this Kaner the Chief. Yeah, he's a fucking liar. Sell him on whatever.
Just I'll take the Chevy Cruze.
So I have a 2014 Chevy Cruze with 175,000 miles. You know what they say, the higher the miles, the better the car. Can I get you on a extended warranty?
Powertrain included?
No, there's no trains involved, sir. This is
All
a
right.
car, a vehicle.
You know, I'll take it. I'll take it.
How much do you want to put down? The car is $50,000.
Do I gotta put a down payment on that?
It says here, if a customer asks about does he have to put a down payment, he's a moron.
Yo, tell him about our 3-month interest-free financing.
For 90 days, no interest, but the interest accumulates for the first 90 days.
That sounds like an amazing deal. I'm in.
It says, if you can get this customer to do it, he's a sucker.
I just bought a Chevy Cruze with 170,000 miles on it, man.
With a 35% interest rate.
Yeah, like for $50,000.
Elias,
Sir.
you know what? You're gonna make $150 on this transaction.
Sir, where can I get you to sign?
Here you go. I hope I made your
Damn,
day.
you were right, Alan. That guy is a sucker.
Wow, and I was gonna call you beautiful too.
And Elias, do you see why you nailed that sale?
I think so. It was his instincts to help the stupid person.
No, take it back. I think it's because for whatever reason, you know, it looked like you were struggling in the beginning, but in the second half, you definitely connected with him on a human level.
I think the name thing really helped with that.
I agree, Elias. All right, take the rest of the day off. I have to go pound some strippers.
All right, boys. First things first. Former Dolphins quarterback Ryan Fitzpatrick joining the Washington football team. The football team. They're called the football team now. Making sure y'all know that. But according to @F_this_noise, Alex Smith is the better quarterback. Good to see Washington can change their name, but not their stripes. Alan, is Alex Smith better than Ryan Tannehill?
Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, it's not Ryan Tannehill.
Ryan Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick.
So I'm a huge Alex Smith fan, but the dude was a corpse of himself last year. He was not good. I would be afraid to even have him out there. Every time I saw he was playing, I was nervous for my life, trying to see if he was actually playing the full games. Ryan Fitzmagic, that dude should have been in the playoffs last year. That dude had this Dolphins team that no one gave a chance, had them playing extremely well. Whenever he had to fill in for what's his face,
For Tua?
Yeah,
Tua.
for Tua Tagovailoa. Whenever he had to fill in for this dude just he put up these fucking games, man. This guy would come in the clutch. He had an NFL Twitter on his back. Everybody loves this guy. He's the ultimate fan favorite, and he's gonna have this team so energized that they're gonna repeat again as divisional winners with a winning record this year.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I hate saying that, but Ryan Fitzpatrick, I don't know why he got switched out at quarterback for Tua. If he didn't, they might have won the AFC East. Let's be honest.
They might have won the Super Bowl.
I mean, the Fitzmagic was clicking. That was his team. They stole that away from him, and now he's going to a team where they have a great defense. All he has to be is a game manager, which he was doing basically that with the Dolphins. And, like that division's the weakest division in all of football, and he's going to win a lot of games.
And Fitzmagic signed this contract knowing this could be his last chance at an actual starting role and not to be a bridge quarterback. This is his team. If you think that he's not going to play balls out to the wall, then you are gladly mistaken, Kunal.
I didn't even say a word.
Kunal, who the fuck do you think you are disrespecting Fitzmagic on our podcast?
I apologize to Fitzmagic.
Yeah, you called him Ryan Tannehill, where Ryan Tannehill carries Ryan Fitzpatrick's suitcase when he's traveling to games.
Yeah, we don't bring up that bum ass dude on our fucking show. Who do you think you are?
Who do you think he's going to be without Corey Davis?
Unbelievable, Kunal. Apologize to Fitzmagic right now and all of his fans.
Ryan Fitzmagic, all of Harvard University, and your fans. I want to say from the bottom of my heart, I hope you do well in Washington. I'm sorry for confusing your name with Ryan Tannehill. It was just a slip. All it was just a slip. From Eagles Nation to you, I'm sorry.
Did you guys hear about how they just got Curtis Samuel?
Oh, they did?
Yeah, that team is loaded now. They have pretty damn good number one option, a pretty damn good number two option, and Antonio Gibson, who hasn't even been released yet. That team is gonna be a menace. On top of that amazing defense, with Fitzmagic just playing balls to the wall, that could be a Super Bowl team, guys.
I don't know, guys. I mean, the Eagles are a contender for Deshaun Watson now, apparently.
According to a Challenge Insider.
Smoke screens, folks.
Yeah,
avoid the smoke screens.
And word on the street is that his sources are actually blind. They read it in Braille. Oh, Watson to the Eagles? Although he kept it going.
All right, boys. Shaq wants to lower the WNBA rims just so players could dunk. Candace Parker, WNBA legend, firing back saying that's where the game is going for those WNBA players. We've seen Diana Taurasi do it. I think we've seen Lisa Leslie do it. Do you guys think that the rim should be lowered in the WNBA?
Elias, do you think that would help out the WNBA?
It might. It might be a little bit more electric. Only a handful of those girls can dunk right now. A lot of I bet you the average height for a WNBA player versus an NBA player is going to be drastically different. I think if they had a lower hoop, it's not like lowering the hoop is disrespecting them. It's just it might make it more entertaining for people to watch.
So I agree with you. I personally think it would help the WNBA out. I think it would help them get more fans and stuff. But I think the backlash they would get would just make it not worth it, because you have players learning how to shoot on these 10-foot rims for the last 30 years, their entire lives. and then someone out there just says, oh yeah, now we're going to lower it and you're going to have to change your entire shot form. I don't think that's fair, but I think there are other ways that are much easier to be accepted by that community to help out the WNBA. And I think that would start from rule changes. Like, think about it. Why would, like, you might get a couple fans that would tune in to watch them dunk, but you're not watching the WNBA for athleticism. Like, let's just be completely 100 with it. You're watching them for skills. Each one of those women, each woman on those in the entire league, they're all just walking buckets. They all have handles, they all have jumpers, they're all insanely skilled. And if you do that, it's not really showcasing that. So if you could, when you watch it, it's more like an 80s style basketball. The paint is clogged. You'll see these electric guards run through the paint and then get completely clobbered by the trees in the middle. And it slows the game down. So if the WNBA could fix that, maybe stiffen the rules so that wouldn't be acceptable, you would see these guards be able to have these insane plays. You would see insane numbers. You might see women dropping 30 points consistently, which would be awesome. You would see flashy numbers. You would see flashy plays. You'd have like the Kyrie Irving, the Steve Nash of WNBA pop up, and they could just market those guys up the ass. So I think if they could make it more of an entertaining game rather than just, having a couple dunks, and actually making the ball movement, the driving, and just having them showcase their skills rather than lack of athleticism, I think that would make the game much better.
Yeah, I'd agree. If most people aren't watching the NBA now for the dunks.
No.
So I mean, I see why he said it. I don't think he's like being too crazy with this.
It's like a small fix, personally.
Yeah,
it's like a Band-Aid.
But like even
not
then,
like too wild, but
I was gonna say, like, even then though, like, we are seeing an increase in dunks in the WNBA. Generation by generation, more players are able to dunk. So by that logic, I mean, Candace Parker has a point. Eventually, you're going to get to that point. So why lower the rim? It just kind of seems useless.
And I think today, like, we're so fixated on guys with bags, that have insane handles that can just give you a move with every inch of their body. And I think by changing the rules, you would have that, and then you would have a much flashier game. It would be much more entertaining, and it would be sustainable, unlike the dunking thing. Because I think you would see, like, after a couple of dunks, you get used to it, and then you stop caring already because the game still sucks.
I wouldn't say the game sucks.
I mean, like, I like the WNBA.
If you're betting on the WNBA, it's pretty electric.
Yeah, but I mean, I could bet on what Kunal does next, and I would be infatuated by it. But do I actually care what he does?
You do if you bet on it.
Betting makes everything better.
Do you care what the Sacramento Kings do?
Yeah, exactly. But if you have a bet on it, then you're watching Tyrese Halliburton every single one of his plays. But yeah, I see what you're talking about, Elias. But if the game was more entertaining, you might have even more betting, and you would have more people watching because of it. But
I just don't think you appreciate what the WNBA is.
I love the WNBA. Like, I try watching it. I just feel like they're being so limited with the style of play, and I wish they went.
But you try to watch it, so you don't actually watch it. You try to watch it, so you don't actually. If you loved it, then you would be watching. You wouldn't be trying to watch it.
So this is my problem. Like, I love the players, and I think they're all super talented. And the reason why I think it sucks isn't because of the actual players. I think it's just the way the game is played. Because I don't care about 80s style gameplay.
But maybe they don't want to play like that. Maybe they don't want to play like the NBA. Maybe they want to be different.
Well, so lowering the rim wouldn't give you that same argument?
I mean, they would be different. They'd be a foot.
The way I see it, it's like I could give a fuck if they dunk or not. Like I just want them to showcase their skills.
I mean, I don't care either, but I mean, it's not like I don't know if he said like if Shaq's saying it to disrespect them or whatever. I think he sees that not many people watch it, and he's maybe putting out a fix that might generate conversation like this, where someone is like, "Oh, I have a different idea. Here's this, this, and this."
But then you look at the other side, and like from her perspective, I could see how that could come off as super disrespectful. Like they asked Brianna Stewart that on Sports Center a couple years back, and she scoffed at that idea. And she literally said it was like, I've learned on a 10-foot rim, why the hell would like, why would it make sense to lower it and change everything that I know just to make it like slightly more entertaining for a small niche of people?
I mean, I don't think they would change it in WNBA. I think they would change it in like little kid leagues.
Yeah, I mean, if they experimented with it, but again, like with like I mean, maybe high school and stuff, maybe you would get more watchers and stuff, but like college, they have no problem having viewership, and it doesn't matter about the rims for them. The fact is, it's like stuck in the 80s, dude. It's like whenever I watch like full gameplay of 80s, early 90s basketball, I struggle watching it. I struggle watching college basketball because I hate the ball movement, and I think they're severely limited. With the WNBA, it's no different. Like the reason why I'm so attracted to the NBA is because of the ball movement. It's because you have flashy ass players doing whatever the hell they want in the paint because it's so easy based on the rules. I mean, you're shaking your head. Do you not agree?
Well, I just don't understand. You say you don't like the college basketball because of the ball movement, but then you say that you like the NBA because you like ball movement.
No, I'm saying I don't like the NCAA because I don't like the ball movement. I don't think they have ball movement.
I don't think you're watching NCAA basketball.
I think it's pretty clear. It's just like a bunch of shooters, and then you dump it off to the guy in the paint occasionally, depending on who your personnel is. And I think it's really ugly basketball.
Before you even say it, like just watch some college basketball before you talk about
Trust me, I have, man. And even when Zion was playing, I didn't even like watching him play because you would have teams literally just throwing guys with moving screens in front of or moving blocks in front of them.
Zion's not
to stop him.
Zion's a different beast.
And then you have, and the skill level between the guys is so like it's so large that like anyone that's slightly above average is gonna look like a star. While with like the NBA, it's like everyone is fucking awesome.
Oh yeah, because they're professional athletes.
Exactly, and like with college, it's really trash to me because it's just a bunch of isolation, shitty ball movement.
NCAA basketball is good because of the amateur aspect of it. Not everybody is good. You do have very good players, but anybody can win at any time. Unlike the NBA, where it's like whoever the best team is usually going to win. Like that's why the NCAA tournament is so great because literally at any time a number 16 seed can upset a number 1 seed and so on and so forth.
I mean, that's only happened once.
Well, I mean, it's only happened once, but I mean, it's not like there hasn't been Cinderellas.
Wait, you're seriously trying to say that the NCAA isn't diluted as hell?
In some aspects, it's diluted.
No, like just based on the championships or based on the Final Four, every year it's diluted as shit.
It's not. I wouldn't say it's diluted. Yes, some of the same teams make it all the time, but you see that in the NBA, NFL.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same either way.
But like the NBA, it's clearly the most diluted sports league probably ever, right?
Yeah, but when you watch the playoffs, you don't really see that many upsets. That's why, like last year when Denver upset 2 teams, people were excited to watch it. You get to see that in the NCAA, and you see that in the regular season, and you see that in the tournament.
I mean, you're seeing that because it's not a best of 7 series,
and that's why it's great.
like the format is cool. I'll give you that. The WNBA has a dope format too. But like that's like the fact is like when you think about it, there's every year in college there's one Cinderella team that makes the Final Four, never fucking wins it. No chance to fucking win it. After the first 2 rounds, it's absolutely fucking predictable. You see the same teams winning every year because they get the best recruitment every single fucking year. It's not even fair. I wish they had some sort of salary cap to even make it fair, but they're never going to do that. Overall, like when you look at the last champions over the last 2 decades, they do have a very similar amount of different amounts of champions than the NBA does. And the NBA is the most diluted sports league ever, with dynasties for 6 years at a time.
I just don't think you're watching NCAA basketball.
Dude, you have 64 teams in a tournament every year, and the same teams are there every fucking year.
It's not as diluted as you think. Just actually, like,
it's not.
Just actually pay attention and know what you're talking about before you talk about something. That's just
like you'll have down years from amazing schools. Yes, I'll give you that. I'm not saying that it's the same 4 teams every year. I'm just saying it's very predictable because you'll have 2 top 4 teams pretty much there every year. Plus like one Cinderella team and then one team that you wouldn't be surprised if they were in the Final Four to begin with. It's not like the end result is actually that surprising.
Please do me a favor and watch the tournament this year and see what actually happens, please.
Just because there's a couple buzzer beaters and a couple upsets doesn't mean that the league isn't diluted.
I really
There's
wish
64 teams, and you never have a new winner.
We'll have Callie DeCuse come on this podcast and debate you. That's it.
I hope they do, man.
Yeah,
I hate watching college basketball. The product sucks.
Okay,
I think it's diluted.
All right, then don't talk about it because you don't know what you're talking about.
And they're dunking there too. It's not like they don't have electric plays. So I mean, I guess this is why I have that opinion for the WNBA.
You just don't know what you're talking about. So,
am I wrong? Is it not diluted as shit?
You don't know what you're talking about. It's not diluted as shit.
Dude, there's
it's not.
You compared it to the NBA playoffs and how there's never.
It's better than the NBA compared in the playoffs.
So you're saying that because there's way more upsets and shit, but there's how many more teams in the fucking tournament than in the NBA? Like you would expect that. You would fucking expect it, you know? Like it's okay. By default, it's gonna happen. Okay. You're liking the format, not the actual gameplay.
The gameplay is good. The gameplay
is horrible, bro. From any basketball standpoint, it's fucking trash.
I don't know about that, man. Like there are certain plays in college basketball that are just poetry.
Yeah, a couple, but it's not like they're playing basketball like the Jazz do every fucking night.
No, again though, like this is amateur versus professional. Like we can get into a whole separate topic about.
So you agree with me? The quality of the game is much worse than the NBA.
Yeah, because it's amateur. Are you ready?
The coaching fucking sucks. There's no ball movement. It's just fucking passing around.
I don't know if I would say the coaching sucks though. There are certain college coaches who are a lot better than certain NBA coaches. Let's take, I don't know, Coach K. I would take him over Ryan Saunders any day of the week.
Okay.
Like that's just off rip.
I mean, half of that's just because he can recruit the best class every year.
Also, he's a great coach. Like, there's a reason he coaches the Olympic team.
I mean, he's a great coach, but he also has an OP team every fucking year. There's no way to even say that he would be a great NBA coach. Hell, Nick Saban sucked as an NFL coach, and he's the greatest coach in college football history.
Let's take a look at a few winning NBA coaches. Brad Stevens, where did he come from?
Brad Stevens is about to get fired.
Why'd you have to bring up Brad Stevens?
Yeah, that was the worst example you could have gave. He fumbled the fucking bag.
No.
For the past, before the season, though, before the season.
I've been saying this for the last 3 years, bro.
What that man did at Butler warranted an NBA career, and then he got the NBA back.
And he'll be back there in a couple years.
I don't think so.
Good for him.
He's proved that he belongs in the NBA.
You think so? With his no personality,
If
low
Ryan
vocals.
Saunders can get a job in the NBA, Brad Stevens deserves the world.
He'd be the coach on a team with shit talent that is like kind of surprising every year. That's what he does. Once you give him actual talent, he's not going to do shit. Let's be honest. That's what he's proven so far. He can prove me wrong, but that's all he's shown us.
According to Barstool, the AFC East is shaking in its boots right now after the Patriots signings. Guys, if you're a team in the AFC East other than the Jets, are you afraid?
As a person who watches the AFC East all year, I think some of the moves that Bill Belichick made put him right back into the conversation of the top team in the AFC East. I don't know if the Bills are going to be shaken like that, but they definitely have some more competition this year.
So, yeah, I mean, I liked the defensive pickups. I think that defense is going to be legit. We'll see what they do with Gilmore. But the line is fortified. The linebacking group looks fortified. Secondary is still in question to me. But on the offensive side, I mean, I understand that Cam Newton struggles throwing over 15 yards. So those tight end pickups could be huge. But the thing that really stuck out to me was that we would have never seen moves like this in Patriots history. It seemed like they were paying a premium for every single player to even convince them to sign with them. That was never the case that I can remember since watching football. And paying Jonnu Smith, like, yeah, he's good, but is he the third best tight end good? No, he's not. And then those wide receivers, I mean, those are just D-League players right there. They're fucking bottom of the barrel. Aguilar, yeah, he had a pretty good year last year, but he's a flash in the pan, like he's like he was the number 3 guy on that team last year, just kind of inheriting yardage.
I'm going to call you out real quick because all of last season, you called me out for saying Aguilar he's doing good because he's a third option. And now you're saying the same thing. You called me out.
I didn't say that.
You said.
I never said that.
You said the only reason Aguilar sucked was because of Carson Wentz.
Talking.
And now, guess who's parroting the Chief?
All right. Well, okay. That was
Chief 1, Allen 0.
All right. Okay. So
I think I don't think anything Allen says for the rest of the podcast is legitimate.
But seriously, as your number 1 receiver, you have Nelson Aguilar. Like, come on, bro. Like,
oh man, if there was a team in the NFC East that already did that.
Yeah, I mean, and Cam Newton is, he's probably going to be playing better under a good coach. Or Cam Newton's going to be playing better than Wentz did those years when Aguilar was that number 1 receiver. I say that because Cam Newton, he has a good coach. Seems like they know his strengths. I like the fact that they're going to focus on the tight ends being the focal point of the offense. But the fact is, like, these pickups, like, yeah, you have a lot of them, but are these pickups actually that amazing? Like, those receivers, they're bleh to me. They're whatever. And paying Nelson, what was it, $12 million this year? Next year?
Something crazy like that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's like you're paying a premium for every single player. Everyone's sucking their dick because they're doing all this shit. But this is not Bill Belichick fashion. He used to have guys come in there for the low. Now he's got people coming in for 20% more than they would make anywhere else. So these pickups, I think a lot of them fell out flat. Yeah, you have a bunch of moves and it's awesome. But I don't think a team like the Bills, who are just hitting their stride and can only get better on that defensive end, I don't think they're struggling at all. I don't think they're sweating these moves at all. I still think it's a 7-8 win team at best. Maybe they get the last seed in the AFC at the very best. I don't think they have a realistic chance of competing for that top spot.
So let's go back to maybe 2-3 podcasts ago. Allen was sucking the cock of Chris Ballard, the GM of the Colts.
Yeah.
Didn't he sign Devin Funcheeks to a 1-year, $13 million deal?
Yeah, that was a bad deal.
Yeah, just wanted to point that out. So if they can use Aguilar as more of a slot receiver, I don't think it's that bad of a signing. If you look, he was really good in the slot when he was with the Eagles. Once they moved him outside, that's when he had problems.
So how many inside receivers are they going to have on this team?
I mean, they can have a bunch if they go. You don't know what kind of offense they're going to run.
So they have 2 inside tight end threats, and then they have Julian Edelman on top of Aguilar.
All inside all the time, man. That's all you need.
I mean, Nelson actually last year, he was a pretty good big play threat. So I'm not sure if he's going to be running out of the slot all that much.
But still, you don't know. You don't even know if Julian Edelman's going to be on the team. He could be cut.
That's fair.
You don't know what his health situation is like.
James White could be gone.
James White could be gone. I'm just saying, if you put him in the slot, he has the potential to be good. What is the one thing that they didn't have last year? They didn't have wide receivers. Now you're bringing in some extra receivers and basically a 1-year deal. It doesn't hurt all that much. They can still sign receivers. They still have the draft. It's not like they're totally done. I think the defense is fine. They're getting defensive players back from who opted out last year. They're getting offensive linemen who opted out from last year. I think they're in a good position to win, and I think they're kind of doing what Drew Brees was basically doing the past 3 years of his career, where it's with Cam Newton, where it's just going to be quick passes, short, intermediate passes, and I think he's going to succeed.
I will give them this, though. I mean, they won 7 games last year. They lost to a bunch of really shit teams, though. But they still managed to pull out 7 wins last year with nobody on the roster. Shit offense. Cam Newton didn't even have an offseason. So, I mean...
And Cam Newton got COVID.
Yeah, and there was a bunch of different circumstances that led to their demise. And they still pulled out a respectable record. And they added all of these pieces. But the only way I can see them actually competing for that top spot realistically is if they fully commit to the run and they just use these guys as secondary options. It's going to be a run to set up the pass, obviously. I don't think any of their stats are going to be really eye-popping. I don't think it really, for fantasy other than Cam Newton, I probably wouldn't draft any player on this team. But overall, like there is a chance that pairing a run-first offense with an elite defense could lead this team to making a pretty deep playoff run. But I don't see it happening. I don't think it's going to work out in their favor.
I think they do. They were a fumble away from beating the Bills and should have been a touchdown against the Seahawks. There's 9 wins right there. 2 games where Cam Newton sat out because of injury or because of COVID. Hopefully they win 1. I think they get 10. I think the Bills regress. And I think they have a potential to win.
I don't see how the Bills regress, though. I mean, they were literally horrible in the running game and defense last year. They had one thing going for them.
I think they regress. We'll see.
See, I think the passing is probably going to regress, but I think everywhere else is going to improve.
I don't know how you let go John Brown and then sign Emmanuel Sanders, who is done in his career, and think that the strength that you had last year is going to go over and help them out, and that's why they won games. And I just don't see it happening.
Well, John Brown didn't even really play last year.
But when he did play, he was one of Josh Allen's favorite targets.
And now you have second-year stud in Gabe Davis, who absolutely showed out in the playoffs, on top of Emmanuel Sanders, who is still pretty good. We'll see how he plays with a quarterback that doesn't have a noodle arm.
I don't think Emmanuel Sanders. I think his career's over.
As a fourth option, I'll take that all day. And they're probably going to get a tight end to make things easier in the running game and passing game. They didn't have that last year.
Like I said, I don't necessarily think that the Bills should be all that nervous, but they are. They do have a tougher competition this year for the top spot in the AFC.
I do think, like, the only reason I'm so frustrated with this is because it seems like everyone's already saying that the Patriots have the East easy now. They're just kind of like brushing off the Bills like they're nothing. But in reality, like, the Bills are going to be an elite team for the next 10 years.
Bucket will come back to it in 10 years.
Time machine.
All right, boys. According to Kyler Patterson on Facebook, if one more idiot puts Rodgers above Breeze on a top 10 list, I'm calling the police. So, boys, is it Rodgers over Breeze or is it Breeze over Rodgers?
It was. I don't know why that was even a question.
For the sake of argument.
I guess this man is about to be calling the police 24/7. He's gonna have him on speed dial because he's about to see that shit almost every day.
Yeah, I don't know what he's thinking. Like, you have to give a solid argument to put Breeze above Rodgers. He's in the minority right now, and he's acting like everyone in the majority is crazy.
The only thing he's gonna say is, "Well, look at his stats, bro."
And longevity. Like, if you look at their totality of their careers, yes, like Breeze is clearly above him. But every single year that they play, Rodgers it's blatantly obvious that he is way better than Breeze every single year. There's not one year, unless Rodgers is injured, that I would rather have Breeze over Rodgers.
And he literally didn't even play for like 3-4 years.
Literally. And it's not like Drew Brees was amazing to even start off his career. Like, he was pretty trash on the Chargers.
I just want to know why he thought that he needed to post that. There's no argument to be even said here. Rodgers is an all-time great. He is arguably the best quarterback to ever play at the position. He can throw it at any angles. His arm's amazing. He's just one of the best players to ever do it. And to say that, like, he must be a Saints fan, and for you to even say that, like, Drew Brees has a shot to be above him, then you got to think that, like, Drew Brees is better than, like, Peyton Manning.
Like, at the end of the day, who are you going to be telling your kids about?
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, it's no question, right?
Yeah.
End debate. Aaron Rodgers is fucking awesome.
Well, there wasn't even a debate. It was
he spoke it into existence, I guess.
So, guys, Saquon Barkley made a discovery a few days ago. He learned that chicken fried steak was a thing. Ain't that something?
Hasn't the dude ever been to Cracker Barrel?
Alan, I'm going to give you 3 guesses as to why Saquon and me, frankly, haven't been to Cracker Barrel.
You don't like grits?
It might be a little more on the nose than that.
You don't like amazing service?
Couldn't tell you. Never been to Cracker Barrel.
Their takeout does suck. I'll give them that. Those are my guesses.
Okay, wrong. Yeah, when was the last time you saw a person of color at a Cracker Barrel?
That's a valid point.
Like,
I would like to intervene. My father is a person of color.
Has he gone to Cracker Barrel?
He loves Cracker Barrel.
It slaps. It really does.
Yeah, he every Sunday, kind of like before COVID, he would say to my mom, "Can we wake up early and go to Cracker Barrel?"
My mind is absolutely blown. Like, my mind is blown.
We have to give Kunal props, though, because, like, Elias, you've been there, right?
Oh, obviously.
It does give off some major racist vibes.
It does. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a person of color in there when I've been there. Like, to be honest, it's a whitewash. I don't even think I've seen a person of color work there. But yeah, it does give off some racist vibes.
Like they have the gift shop that has like the MAGA hats and the Christmas trees and shit.
And now you know why I don't go to Cracker Barrel.
That's fair. That's fair. All right, Saquon, we'll let you live with this one, but don't let it happen again.
Do you want him
I'm
to
not
go
gonna lie to you. I don't know what a chicken fried steak is. I'm guessing nobody does.
I think it's like a shitty ass steak, and it's fried like fried chicken would be, and then it has like really white gravy on top, and it actually really doesn't have that much flavor, if I'm gonna be completely honest. So I mean, like if I'm going to Cracker Barrel, that's not what I'm ordering. I'm ordering the country boy plate with like 3 pork chops and all the fixins or whatever the fuck they say.
What is on the country boy plate?
Oh, dude, you have a choice between meat. So I usually get the pork chops, and they give you like 2 or 3 of them, and they're thick boys. Then they give you like bacon, grits, fried apples, I think. And then they give you like 8 million biscuits along with eggs. And you leave that place just dead.
Elias, what is your go-to Cracker Barrel order?
So I get like some kind of pancakes. Then I get their hash browns, which are like different kind of hash browns. They're like shredded hash browns. Those are good. Eggs, bacon, and that's it. I don't like grits.
So this is more of a breakfast place.
Yeah, I've never eaten cracker. I mean, you can order. They have like lunch and dinner, but I've never been to a Cracker Barrel outside of the time frame of 8 a.m. to 11 a.m.
I wonder if the colored people come out for dinner.
I don't know why, but the way you said that just sounded mad racist.
It did.
Like,
I mean, to be honest, like I've been there for brunch.
He's turning into those Cracker Barrel people.
I sound like someone that shops at the gift shop.
Yeah.
Honestly, I could see you copping that fit at the Cracker Barrel gift shop.
That MAGA snapback. Let's go.
All that MAGA drip, bro. According to Steve from Queens, Obi Toppin might be the worst pick in Knicks history. Guy has a great story. He's a great dude, but damn, he's fallen bad. Isis, as a fellow Knicks fan, what are your thoughts on Obi?
He's struggled this year. I'm not gonna lie, but many rookies do struggle, and I think you got to give him some time. I think Steve from Queens is an idiot, and he must be reading some of Alan's tweets because this seems like a Hebrew Hamburg type tweet. Is it a tweet? Yeah, it is a tweet.
Yeah, it's a tweet.
Okay, I didn't know you threw a Facebook one in there at me. I didn't know we were doing the Facebook ones. But yeah, you got to give this guy some time. He's 23. I understand that. But he is a rookie. He's coming from playing, in college, which is an amateur sport, and you need to just give him some time to develop. He really didn't have an off season. He got drafted, and it was like a month later he was playing NBA games. Give the guy some time, and I said the same thing about RJ. RJ picked it up, and he's been playing pretty well. Give him some time, and he's going to flourish.
Yeah, I mean, calling him like this huge bust, it's a little bit too early when we knew he was going to take some time to even develop. They knew that he was definitely not an NBA ready prospect to begin with. However, I have no problem with judging how rookies are actually playing. Like, even though it's rough circumstances, I understand that. I felt the same way with RJ last year. I felt the same way with Brandon Ingram back in the day. I have no problem acknowledging that someone is horrible. If they develop and grow into a better player, that's fine. Personally, like, just acknowledging that someone sucks, you're not saying that the person is going to be horrible for the rest of their career. While this guy is being a clown and just acting like it was just like a waste of a draft pick. Like, give it at least 2 years, dude. But with that said, he is basically the Brandon Whedon of the NBA right now. The dude is older than every single rookie combined.
Just give it time, man. He'll play till he's 40. Watch.
He's running out of time.
He does have less time than a normal rookie, but so like he still hasn't hit his prime yet. Most 23-year-olds aren't even close to their prime. I mean, we'll see. I mean, he could be a bust. I don't know, but I mean that's the thing. He's a rookie. We don't know. He could next year. He could be the best player in the NBA. It's all up in the air. And to say that in the first, he was injured for a lot of this season. So to say in like his first 30 to 40 games is stupid.
And the elevation of Julius Randle is only hurting him.
Right. Like if Julius Randle wasn't balling out, I feel like we would be a lot more concerned with Obi Toppin's development. But and Julius Randle's one of those guys. Like I was calling him out like for most of his career, and now he's good. So that just goes to show.
His face.
Yeah. Well, we don't know if it's his face. Julius Randle hasn't gotten back to me with where and what he wants tattooed on me. Hey, Julius, please let me know.
Get it tattooed in your beard.
It just be hidden. My beard's hella thick, bro. 3 C's. But yeah, like, it'll take some time for Obi to develop in the first place. Like, I know he is 23 years old, and that's, like, the biggest knock. But, like, it does take a rookie some time to adjust. You know, he wasn't – I don't think anyone really slated him to be, like, a superstar out of the gate. So to call him the worst bust in Knicks history – there's been worse busts in Knicks history.
You know, I will give Steve from Queens this, though. The fact that Obi really hasn't shown us anything at all yet, I mean, it's super limited. Barely any playing time yet, I get it. But you still want to see from a rookie especially, at least some plays where you're like, oh, this guy can hang. With Obi, we just haven't seen that yet. So...
Well, RJ was in the same situation last year. He struggled that first half of the season. You know, granted, he had a great comeback in the second half of the season, but again, he needs a lot more playing time, which he won't get because Julius Randle's balling out.
And RJ had his playing time. Like he was able to really flourish, especially last year. Dude was playing a lot last year. Got to really get over his rookie, that plateau. He got to get over his mistakes and his trashness. Obi, he's basically going to be a rookie next year with an off season. So he is dealt with a really shitty hand of cards.
But yeah, like, and again, the Knicks have had worse busts. Like, for fuck's sake, what has Frankie Smokes done? He was a 5th pick, and what has he done?
Well, at least we were like, oh, well, he can play defense.
That's all he does.
Yeah, but what does Obi Toppin do right now?
I mean, yeah, but like that's
he can't do nothing right now.
It's like year 3, it's like year 4, year 5 for Frankie, bro. Like I'm concerned now.
What has Kevin Knox been doing?
Oh, Kevin Knox I've given up hope. Like
maybe it's his time to shine.
Great, he's been playing kind of like okay this season, but like again, he was on my trade list at the deadline, like him and DSJ, and then somehow the Knicks finessed Derrick Rose for DSJ. Man, that was amazing.
I thought D Rose was gonna be awesome for Obi, like having a legit point guard.
Instead, he's amazing for Quickly.
Yep. Well, if all else fails, like let's be real, like Quickly was the fucking steal.
Oh yeah, like
yeah.
If I made
it, he makes it much it's much less painful because of him.
Exactly. And folks, that's all the time we have. On behalf of the Casuals, I'm your host, the Chief Kunal Kohli, joined alongside the GOAT, Isis Makloof, and your Lord and Savior, the new Lord and Savior, the Hebrew Hammer.